Today is lesson 7. We're going to talk about the auxiliary verb. So a verb is called an auxiliary verb or helping verb when it helps another verb from one of the sentences. See this sentence? Like Mary is a girl, so it's a main verb. So Paul has a headache, has a main verb too, right? So he has been gone 2 weeks. So in here, has been is 2 auxiliary verbs. Gone in here is the main verb. So there are many auxiliary verbs in English. For example, to have, to be, and to do, as well as a series of auxiliary verbs such as will, would, may, must, can, could, which are used to change the meaning of the main verb. So an auxiliary verb is used primarily to indicate the tense of the main verb. It could indicate present, past, or future. So Mary is reading a book is a present tense, is the auxiliary to be. So Mary has read a book is the past tense, auxiliary to have in here. So for the future, Mary will read a book. So in here, the auxiliary verb is will. The auxiliary verb to do is used to help formulate questions and to make sentence negative. For example, does Mary read Spanish? Is an interrogated sentence. Mary does not read Spanish is a negative sentence. So we just talk about English. Let's see the Spanish part. There are 3 verbs that can be used as an auxiliary verb in Spanish. It's haber. That means to have. So in here is haber. So we have to we have a clear mind that haber is the auxiliary verb. There's an other word very similar, look like very similar, is hacer. Hacer. That's the verb do. So haber is the auxiliary verb. Hacer is the real verb, main verb. So the other one, the second auxiliary verb in Spanish is estar. That means to be. And the last one is ser. Also means to be. So we will talk about the difference between estar and ser. So the other auxiliary such as do, does, did, will, or would do not exist as separate verb. In Spanish, their meaning is conveyed either by a different structure or by a form of the main verb. So you will never see do, does, did, will, would in Spanish. You will find more on this topic under the different tense. So a verb tense composed of an auxiliary verb plus a main verb is called a compound tense. As opposite to a simple tense, which is a tense composed of only the main verb. Julia estudia, that means Julia studies. So estudia and aquí and here is the simple tense, is the present of estudiar. Estudiar is the basic forms, and because Julia, I told you transformation before of the Spanish verb, so in here estudiar form to estudia for the simple tense. So Julia estudió. Julia has studied. Has is the auxiliary verb in English, right? So Julia estudió. And aquí is also auxiliary verb. So the main verb still estudió. Let us look at some example of the compound tense you will encounter in your study of Spanish. So in the perfect tense, the auxiliary verb haber followed by the past participle of the main verb is used to form the many perfect tense. Let's see. The present perfect tense, we could use the present perfect tense of haber at first and then plus the past participle of main verb. So, for example, el hombre ha comido demasiado. So here is the auxiliary verb of haber, and comido is the past participle of the main verb, comer. We changed comer to comido and aquí because we put haber in his font. So for the past perfect tense, we use the imperfect tense of haber plus past participle of main verb. Los estudiantes ya habían llegado. So we change llegar, arrived to llegado as the past participle of the main verb. And the past tense of haber is in here because students, los estudiantes. So we use había, also in here. You will learn other perfect tense as you study Spanish progress. So for the progressive tense, the auxiliary verb estar followed by the present participle of the main verb is used to form the progressive tense. The present progressive tense is the present tense of estar plus present participle of main verb. Like estoy leyendo un libro ahora. That means I am reading a book. So, leyendo is the present participle of the main verb. The present tense of estar here will change to estoy because estoy, I am equals to yo estoy. I am reading a book now. So in here, the main verb is leyendo, leer. The auxiliary is the estar. Change to estoy. So actually there's a imperfect progressive tense is imperfect tense of estar plus the present participle of the main verb. Like we were listening to the radio and listening is the main verb. Listen is escuchar. So we put in here the perfect participle of main verb is escuchando. And the auxiliary verb estar in here is estábamos. So you will learn other progressive tense as you continue your Spanish study. So like passive voice, the auxiliary verb said is used to form the true passive voice. Take an example. The bridge was constructed by the Romans. The bridge is puente. The construct is very similar. Construid. So the present participle of the main verb construir is construido. So we put the auxiliary se before of it. That's fue, a past tense. So the whole sentence is El puente fue construido por los romanos. The bridge was constructed by the Romans. So that's all the content we're talking about the auxiliary verbs.